Kobe Bryant was a very special person. I mean, you can just tell the impact he had on the world. I mean, even when you're shooting in the trash can, people yelling Kobe, that just shows, like, the impact that he had on people. And then, like, you saw, even when he retired, like, how he represented the WNBA. Like, he was one of, like, the pioneers that was really pushing the WNBA. And then his daughter, I mean, she was a great player as well. I mean, she was easily gonna make it to the league.
Let's go behind the mask.
Welcome back to another special edition of the Behind the Mask podcast. I'm your host, Takeo Spikes. Very special episode today because the co-host is back and he goes by the name of...
Your favorite plus-size model, Tutan Reyes in the building.
He had strep throat last week, y'all. You was hanging out with Sam Donald. I'm just telling you, even though you did not have mono...
Hey, man, you got to relax.
Gotta relax.
It was just a little 24-hour bug, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't project with this Barry White melodious voice that all our fans are used to. But I'm back now. Season 2, episode 2, I'm back. And it's a special episode right now.
It's a special episode because it's season 2, episode 2. And we have my home team in the building. Hails from the greatest county of Georgia. It goes by Waco. Better yet, better known as Washington County. Give it up for WNBA. All everything. Allisha Gray. Boom, boom, boom. What's happening? Welcome to the Behind the Mask podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Listen, I know you could have, you do a lot. I know you do a lot all the time. You could have spent your day doing whatever you wanted to do. And it means a lot to us, to the fans, the listeners out there, that you decided to give us a little bit of your time. So, Allisha, we really do appreciate you coming through. Typically, I know you're busy, but, like, what do you do? Like, what did you do today?
I went and played pickup with my brother.
Oh, so you went and got a little practice pickup ball in?
Yeah. Grind don't stop.
Hey, you did your brother today, though, huh?
No, we was teammates.
Ah, okay.
We team up now. We older.
Now
Younger is a different story.
We got to get the people a little backstory here now. Your brother, AJ Gray, standout, Gatorade Player of the Year in Georgia.
For Georgia.
Georgia Tech, all everything. So I know that household had to be competitive as growing up.
Oh, yeah, it was very competitive. It really started our oldest brother, Marlo. Like, he was always the big dog, so we always wanted to beat him. But then me and AJ, we were closer in age. Like, we were so competitive. Like, we would try to see who drank milk the fastest, who can get to the car the fastest, race, basketball. We literally be, like, almost fighting. Like, my dad, like, he had to break us up and all that. We used to do a lot. See who can eat sandwiches the fastest, like, all that
won,
stuff.
Though?
I mean, it was even, but then as we got older, I took over on basketball.
I could tell you one thing y'all probably didn't try to have a competitive race, a competitive deal towards.
What?
Who could hold their breath the longest?
Oh, yeah, we did that, too. Especially in the swimming pool. We'd be on the water so you can hold your breath the
But
longest.
both of y'all are still living, so nobody won, right?
Somebody had to give up.
I think it's dope just to have a sibling close in age, you know what I'm saying? And it shows your competitive nature. Obviously, to all the success you had in high school, on to college, on to the WNBA. So having a brother that close in age that you competed with, what are some of the things that were your motivation? What are some of the things that I should say provided motivation for you growing up?
I mean, just having a younger brother, knowing that he looked up to you. I mean, I knew I had to be the best me. I mean, he basically watched everything that I did. I mean, we were so tight, like we were hip by hip, like people thought we were twins growing up. That's how close we were, and we're still close to this day. But I mean, that competitive nature, that thing's something else, boy. That thing's something else.
It just takes over, and you just gotta let it do what it do, right?
Especially playing Xbox, controllers be flying. I'm lunching that thing. I'm losing. It's been several times I've been kicked out Xbox. I'm slamming controllers on the ground.
Oh
yeah, I'm competitive. I hate losing.
What's one of your favorite games?
Call of Duty and 2K, NBA 2K.
Yeah. Favorite team? Do you assemble your own team?
Me and my brother, we play in the neighborhood. Me, my brother, my boyfriend, we play in the neighborhood. We have our own my players, so we be grinding them so we can win in the park. We playing 3-on-3.
See, I be cheating, man. I be cheating.
It be familying up.
Yeah, I already know.
Talk about family, and you talk about that competitive drive, like that nature. Your father used to be a high school basketball coach, and that's where the love of the game, or where you fell in love with the game at that time. Mm-hmm. Like, I guess from seeing him being that coach, that kind of gave you some motivation to like, okay, this is what it looks like, or share with us. Like, how was that influence on your mindset? Just seeing that day in and day out what your father was doing.
It was one of those things where I had no choice but to play basketball, because after school, me and my brother ride the bus over, and while my dad practiced himself like a little side goal, me and him, we played one-on-one the whole practice. So I just grew up around basketball, and even like during, they have like summer basketball camps. I used to travel with him to all the camps. So it was like I had no choice but to play basketball.
When growing up, who was did you find a player that you looked up to? I mean, either WNBA, NBA, college. Was this somebody that you was like, this is who I want to pattern my game after?
Growing up, I was a big Diana Taurasi fan. I mean, even like I remember back in the 360 days, I think it was called the game NBA Home Court. They had a couple of the WNBA legends on there, and I love Diana Taurasi, and I'm just a big Diana Taurasi fan.
What was it about her game that you love so much?
She's just vicious. I mean, she don't take no crap on the court. It's like when she on the court, like it's over. Like she's so serious. Like she's not trying to lose none of that. And I like that mentality.
Did you give that to your brother AJ?
Oh yeah,
He's in the studio right now.
I know he over there. Yeah, he know. he know everything I'm saying. 100% true.
100.
100. That's all I know.
For sure.
You talked about it, and in previous years, what Coach Don Staley meant to you and to your career, as far as her being organized and making kids, developing kids when they come into her arena and sending them to the next level. Talk about her influence of just being on the court and off the court in your life.
I mean, she's just a player's coach. I mean, she cares about you as a person outside of athletics. I mean, to this day, I can still hit her up, and she's there for me at any time. But, I mean, going to South Carolina, I mean, she molds you into a WNBA player. I mean, of course, she's a WNBA legend, Hall of Famer. So everything she does, I mean, she's preparing for the next level. And I think that's what helped me be successful, especially during my rookie year, going into the league my rookie year.
And you said Coach Staley coached you at South Carolina, but you started off at North Carolina, right? So I know there was a little, it was a change along the way. Talk about that experience. You started off with North Carolina Tar Heels, chose that school coming out of high school, and then decided to jump shift to the SEC and went to South Carolina.
Yeah. And they won a natty too, though.
Natty,
oh, yeah.
Off the rip.
Well, the reason why I chose North Carolina because it was me, Diamond, Diamond and Shields, Stephanie Mavunga, and Jessica Washington. I mean, we all teamed up, and we all wanted to play at one school together. Granted, it didn't work, but, I mean, freshman year was fun. I mean, then after my sophomore year, we all, part our own ways. But, I mean, while being in North Carolina, it was a great experience.
And then how did South Carolina come into play as saying, you know what, you were heavily recruited out of high school, so you could have went anywhere. So after North Carolina, that didn't work out. Why South Carolina?
Because of Coach Staley. And it was close to home, too. I know if I wanted to transfer schools, I mean, granted, my parents still drove to, they never, missed the game. They would drive 5 hours up on a weekday and just turn around and go right back home. That's how dedicated they were and supportive they are. But choosing South Carolina, I just knew that going there, I had a good chance of winning a championship, and I did that.
So this is one question. So Spikes has a daughter, Jakai. She competes. My son Tyreek competed. He plays sports. Maya plays sports. London plays sports. So your parents travel, right? They travel to see you. So there might have been a game where you just didn't do well. Because I know when me and Spikes, when our kids don't do well, we were like, man, what the hell we wasted our time for coming over here up here?
Pissed.
Mad, man. Did you ever have a situation where, you just didn't perform and then you had to face your parents, so to speak, after the game?
Did I? What? Man. And even in high school, my dad was a high school principal, so he had a lot of more access to places. So I remember I remember my junior year was playing Glen Hills, and it was like 7 Division I coaches at the game, and I wasn't having like the best first half. So I go in the locker room, Coach Parker yelling at me, and then next thing you know, he like, stay right there. Your daddy about to come in there. My daddy tore me to pieces, boy. But that woke me up because I dropped 40 that game, though. But yeah, like, it was like when I had bad games, I mean, my parents, like, they would get on me. Not only am I hearing it from the coach, but I'm on a car ride home. Like, I used to hate when the buzzer sound I ain't play well because I just knew I was going to hear it the whole ride home. But now looking back at it, I know they mean well. I mean, because of what they're doing, because of what they've done to me, I mean, I'm successful now. So I understand now, but when I was younger, I didn't really understand that.
So that's part of the motivation, all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, looking back and to be able to walk away and say you're a national champion, and just to catch our listeners up, a little bit of brief background. You won the Natty at Carolina. You go on to the WNBA. You left early. Went there, first round selection, pick number 4 overall. Go out. Your coach told you, do what you do not change anything. You walk away winning Rookie of the Year. Now, fast forward this previous year, you had career highs in all stat sheets and numbers. What drives you when you get on that court, regardless of whoever you're playing, and you just say, you know what, regardless of how much success I've seen, I'm going to tear your head off?
Because I hate losing. I'm a sore loser, and I just hate being outperformed. So it's whoever I'm going against, they guard me. I just try my best to beat them as much as I can because we may lose and stuff, but I just know I'm like, I ain't going to let you score and be the star while we lost. But it's just my competitive nature. Like, I just hate losing. Even though, like, some games you lose, and I just hate it, but I just know, like, it's just within me. Like, I just know every game we're going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Was there any player when you finally got to the league where you said, you know what, this is somebody I may have watched coming up, or this is somebody I'm like, wow, this is, a Diana Taurasi, or, Lisa Leslie, anybody, some of the big time players. Who was that player for you when you stepped on the court? You were like, man, this is a legend right here. I gotta go at her. Like, I can't mess this up.
Diana Taurasi, I remember they was our first game of my rookie year, and I walk out, and I'm just warming up, and I see Diana Taurasi, like, come out, and I literally stopped my warming. I walked to half court, and I just watch her warm, and I'm like, dang, like, I idolize this woman, like, growing up and stuff, and then I'm like, dang, I got to play against her, I got to guard her, and she's so unpredictable because, like, you can't go under no screens on her. I mean, one time I went under, I paid for it, boy. Coach chewed me out. But, I mean, it was just great playing against her because he was definitely a legend, somebody I looked up to.
Did you ask any questions throughout the game? Did you get any tools, any knowledge from her throughout the game, or you just kind of scared, kind of shook still?
Yeah, I was a shy person, but I think I did earn my respect, though, because now she know my name. And the first time she came down the court, and she was like Gray, because everybody called me Gray in the league. But I about peed my pants. I'm like, oh, she know who I am. I'm like, she know my name. Like, that's probably the most starstruck I ever been. But I mean, now being around her more, she's a real cool person.
Now, granted, now you had your star rookie moment or your moment of awe of seeing somebody like who you idolize. Now going into your 4th year, and also congratulations on making the 3-on-3 Olympic qualifying tournament teams. You guys leave and go to India, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So congratulations on, like, let's talk about that, though. That's huge with the opportunity, even though we know, like, okay, you go to the Olympics. The Olympics is held in China.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
That's where that coronavirus is at, right?
It's in China.
All right.
It ain't the same, bro.
No, it's not the same. Yeah.
I can't with you.
You see what he's trying to do, right? He's trying to bring it back to last week, me being out with strep throat. It's not gonna work, man.
I sure was finna come out of your throat, dog.
That's why I'm cutting it short right now, because I know you. And you're not doing that to me on season 2, episode 2. Not happening. Go ahead.
Okay.
Look, he ain't gonna do it.
Hey, I ain't got nothing to say.
He forgot.
No, I did not forget. You stop it now. We were talking about the coronavirus over there because of what you had.
3 on 3.
3 on 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it all stemmed from.
So, all right, you're about to be on the 3 on 3 U.S. Olympic qualifying team.
Yeah.
So talk about that experience. What does that mean to you? Because you were in, was it high school U.S. national team 3 on 3 as well, right?
Yeah, but I got injured, so I wasn't able to compete.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're there. You got qualified. You made it.
Yeah.
Okay. So how was that? I guess how was that experience from high school to now?
I mean, it was fun because it was kind of bummer because in high school, I was there. I made the U18 national team and the 3 on 3 team, and that was the very first one. But I didn't get to compete because I tore my ACL, MCL, and meniscus going into my senior year.
Right.
So then for this to be able to come back full circle is pretty cool to me because now this is the first 3 on 3 Olympic qualifying team that I get to play for. So that's cool too. So it just shows how blessed I am as well. But it was a process. We went to training camp for 2 days. It was 11 players in total, and from there they chose 4 people, and I was one of them.
That's a huge honor, especially being able to go represent and just the amount of eyes that's gonna pause and be like, let me see what they talking about and how they're gonna represent the country though. So I have no doubt in my mind that you guys will do well.
Thank you.
You know, one thing I want to get into, gotta ask you about this with the new CBA extension that you guys just finished up the negotiation a few months ago, and you know, everybody is like, especially if they don't follow the game, they was like, well, I heard the women from the WNBA saying we need more, we need certain things, and now that the deal is done. I was shocked to surprised when I took a deeper dive in it, you know, just even from the travel standpoint. I knew that you guys would be on a plane with everybody else, but I did not know that normally tickets wouldn't be in first class or even in economy comfort, depending on the certain airline that you will be riding in. Mm-hmm. So that was pretty much legit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we literally didn't, like when we flew, we didn't sit first class, we didn't sit like Delta Comfort Plus. I mean, we just kind of blended in with like the general public, and the new CBA has allowed us to be at least comfortable on the flights.
Yeah, because I was just doing some reading, and one of the notes that I had took, it said it's poised to provide major improvements in pay and benefits to the players and league officials, and make sure they will I guess, put a priority on the athletes right inside of the game. From a pay perspective, can you kind of share, like, is it more so all about the cash, or are they doing something in other increments on the side that it kind of comes up to a total cash value that made you guys decide, like, you know what, this deal is a good deal for us for right now? Yeah,
I mean, a lot of things has changed. As you can see, the cap went up where players earn a lot more than what they were earning. But it was one of those things where it's like people would give like us a hard time about wanting more. We're not saying we want millions. We just deserve more than what we're making. And it just, the new CBA allows us to at least make a little bit more money.
So you feel like throughout the course of the WNBA, and there are other professional women's leagues, right? Mm-hmm. But this is the WNBA and clearly a partnership with the NBA. Do you ever feel like, you know what, we're not getting our fair share, or we're not getting our fair notoriety as we should, as the NBA players do, as the guys do?
I mean, honestly, I don't feel that way because the league is still fairly young. I mean, everybody has to start from the bottom and build their way up, and the WNBA are doing many things to allow us to elevate on a higher platform where we're also, well, this season we're getting more like broadcasting views and stuff like that, where we're able to let people know more about the game. So I think we're on the way up. I mean, everybody has to start from the bottom, but the WNBA is definitely on the way to the top.
And you talking about broadcasting? That's one of your things, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's what you
broadcast
studied in
journalism.
college.
Yeah, broadcast journalism.
So
Hold
you
on.
look-
I thought you did. It wasn't broadcast journalism when you finished. You got your degree in, right?
Yeah, broadcast journalism.
What was it in the beginning when you first decided to go?
What?
Was it always broadcast journalism?
Well, when I was at North Carolina, it was communications. But then when I got a cycling, I was able to get into broadcasting school. I was like, broadcast journalism.
So why that didn't happen in Carolina?
Man.
They got a whole lot of hoops and everything you got to go through, and
Yeah, the curriculum is different.
okay, right on there.
What drew you to broadcast journalism? Because I mean, Takeo and I, we were business majors, and we kind of almost fell into broadcasting. But what drew you to broadcast journalism?
Honestly, I ain't know what else to choose. Honestly. I ain't know what I want to major in, and then our academic advisor, he was like, well, why don't you try broadcasting? Because I always I wasn't a person that liked being in front of the camera, but going through the class stuff, like I enjoy it now. It's fun, but I also like being behind the camera. Like I know like the production stuff. Like I ran a couple shows and stuff like that. So I want to be more of like a producer, director, and play that role. But honestly, I didn't know what else to choose, so I just chose broadcast journalism.
And you aspire to be a producer one day, I guess, when your playing career is over?
Yeah. Well, right now, I don't mind being in front of the camera. I might be a little analyst or something.
You know, you shining right now. Rookie of the year, you know what I'm saying? 3-on-3 Olympics and everything, you know what I mean? Shining on it.
But let me ask you this: you left early, 3 years. You left out, and after leaving, you did not graduate, and it was important for you to go back because of your mom and dad. Mm-hmm. I guess the standard that I'm assuming is the standard, because I know them, the standard that they set. It wasn't important for me because I left early too, and I remember my mom telling me, she was saying, boy, you better take your ass back to school. And I used to be like, Mom, what you talking about? Like, you go to school to make money.
Shout out to Mama Spikes.
Then she would look at me and she'd shake her head. And she was like, you better take your damn ass back to school. She was like, I was like, I saved my money. She was like, yeah, but the big thing is you need to be able to figure out how to create and make more ways to get money. And so, by us going through those little spats, I looked at it was important for you to go back. Why was that? Expand on that for us.
Well, it was kind of funny because I almost missed the draft deadline. So we won a national championship, and like I didn't know the deadline was like the next day that we landed. So I literally had like 3 hours to decide if I wanted to declare for the draft or not. So I talked to my dad, saw where I fell along, where I possibly could get drafted at, and after that I was like, I talked to my academic advisor, and he was like, whether you leave or stay, you'll still graduate on the same time. So after he said that, I was like, oh, I'm out. Like, I'm out. So I'm out. So even like during my rookie year, I was taking online classes. I was doing like taking classes during my rookie and all that stuff. But my parents, it was one of those things where it's like, I'm going to let you go, but you going to get that degree. So after that, I just came back and finished my degree off.
How did it feel? What was more rewarding for you and for your parents? Was it hearing your name called for the draft, or was it getting that degree?
I'll say get my name called for the draft. Because that was a childhood dream of mine.
Okay.
To hear that, because the whole time I'm nervous, I'm sweating. And then you like, before you get drafted, the camera cuts on. So the camera comes on my table and it cuts on. I'm like, oh snap, I'm about to get drafted. Yeah. When I got out, my whole hands was sweating and all that stuff. But yeah, I'm choosing getting drafted now.
I'm with you.
Because I got my name called across the stage in middle school and high school. I'm used to that.
But how has life changed when you look at it now? You're going into your fourth year, and we talked about the 3-on-3 Olympics, having the opportunity to represent Team USA. Like, what is life like now when you see that little girl, that first time that little girl saw you, and the same way you held in high regard Diana Taurasi and respect, now they look at you that way. What was that first reaction like when you saw that?
I was at wow, because like to me I feel like a normal human, but to other people I'm different. But it just motivates me to keep working hard, because I know that little girl is looking up to me and like want to be like me one day. So I mean, the little kids keep me motivated, and that's why I also like to keep a positive image. 'Cause, you know, little kids pick up on everything that you do. So I just try to keep a positive image and stay motivated and keep working hard.
You graduated after that first season, or while you were in during the season?
I left. I graduated in 2018, so I left training camp, went home to graduate, had to fly out right after graduation and play a game the next day.
Dang.
Damn. You talk about doing a lot. Hold on, say that again now. You left training camp.
Mm-hmm.
After you left training camp, went to graduation. Soon as you graduated, you had to jump right back on the plane?
Mm-hmm. And fly back, and because I had a game the next day. Actually, me and my best friend, Asia Wilson, we were playing against each other, and we graduated together. So we both, after graduation, had to go right to the airport, fly back to Texas, and then we play against each other the next day.
Wow.
That's a story. Only on Behind the Mask you get stories like this. That's why you got to stay tuned.
So how was it? I mean, talk about the game then. Like, what were some of the emotions going on? Was it the graduation? Was it the draft? Was it the game? What was it?
I don't know. I just want to beat her. I mean, every time we play against each other, it's all about bragging rights. Anytime I face up against any of my friends in the league, it's all about bragging rights, because whoever loses got to buy dinner after the game.
That's
we running that check up too, boy. We on desserts, appetizers, all that.
So in our league, in the NFL, we have like rookie dinners for all the rookies, and we give them the business. We make sure that they pay for everything that, you know, every position group has to that wants to order. So do you guys in the WNBA, do you have like rookie dinners or hazing? Because a lot of people don't know what really goes on behind the scenes with the WNBA. So what's that rookie life like?
Actually, I was lucky because our veterans was cool. I mean, we had to do like some stuff like carry the like bags or like cut on the showers after practice. Our veterans was good. I don't know what the other veterans doing on the other team, but they was good. They'll take us out to dinner, pay for our dinner and stuff like that. So I was lucky to have good veterans.
Yeah, you really did have some good vets.
They trying to cut hair and, you know, and what else? What else they do? Tape you to goalposts.
Tape you to goalposts.
Take you to goalposts and then throw ice on you.
Oh,
Then
no.
get the popcorn, put it all in your car. So when you get ready to get off, most guys ain't, well, now they have 10 on the windows, but as soon as you open that car door,
popcorn
coming all out.
Oh, nah.
None of that?
Nah, I ain't never had none of that happen to me. We had good veterans. We had nice veterans.
Lucky, man. Y'all lucky.
So did you have to take the vets out at all?
Mm-mm.
I need to talk to those vets.
Listen,
They were nice.
WNBA, y'all gotta step it up on these rookies. That's what y'all gotta do. So let me ask you this. The veterans were cool on you. So now this is your 4th year in the WNBA. You're a veteran now. So what do you do to the rookies that are coming in?
I'm actually chill because, like, I just look, I'm like, man, like, I ain't get treated like that, so I ain't gonna treat them like that. Some people different. They like, oh, they treat us like trash, so I'm gonna treat them like trash. But I was treated nice, so I'll treat the rookies nice too.
You don't make them pay for no dinners or nothing?
Nah.
Even breakfast?
Nah.
Do they carry your bags though, right?
Yeah, I mean, they carry like the equipment stuff like that.
Do you put their clothes in the cold tub? Because that's what we used to do too. You take
Man,
their clothes
ain't none of that happening.
put them in the cold tub, and then they gotta go get them, and they can't get dressed because.
Oh, y'all just mean.
Oh, let me tell you the worst thing. This is a good story, right? So, this one time, like, this was really wrong. Like, I shouldn't even be telling this story. We get this dude's jeans. And you know that old school cream of Jesus.
Dungarees.
Yeah, they had them, I don't know what kind of jeans they were, but he wore them like a couple of times. We got that old school heat, that heat that's red and look like Satan on a stick.
Yeah.
Man, we put it right on the seam as his jeans in the inside, in the crotch. Hey, man. He did not talk to us for like 5 weeks. And that was so wrong. See, I'm sorry for even doing that now, but
y'all put the icy hot on his crotch, so when he got dressed, he was walking his.
And so,
man, nah.
He was walking and he was like, man, I still feel like I got on a job. And we had forgot we did it. And so we just looked at each other and we were like, ah! That was bad.
Oh,
that's bad, right?
That's mean. Not no icy hot.
So you didn't do nothing. What's the craziest story of maybe rookie hazing or something that you've heard in the WNBA?
Honestly, I ain't heard none.
You ain't heard none?
I don't know. I be to myself. I be minding my business. I don't really. Yeah, I be chilling. I be laid back. Yeah, I'm a laid back person.
So you engaged? You're not engaged yet.
Mm-mm.
But you do. You mentioned your boyfriend earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all hang out a lot?
Yeah. We competitive too.
I saw you.
That's exactly where I was going to go with it. So did you have to give him some edge? Did AJ have to give him some competitive edge, or he already had it and y'all just go after each other?
No, he had it because he was an athlete in high school. So it's all competitive. All I be around is competitive people. You with me, you got to be competitive.
I like that.
Yeah.
And what if they're not?
They just going to lose all the time because I like winning. If you ain't competitive, that's on you. I'm going to be competitive. You just going to be mad at me because I'm talk trash.
Love
it.
So
I went to your Instagram and I saw there was a kickboxing match or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So did you guys spar or what was that? What did you guys do?
It's a gym called 9 Rounds, so it's like a kickboxing gym, and every week they have like a weekly challenge. That picture was from 2 years ago. I beat him in shin kicks, but he recently got me in the
shin kicks.
Yeah, that's
how
tough.
How do you even compete at shin kicks? So y'all just hold each other's shin out there?
You kicking a bag.
You kick a bag.
Oh, you kicking a bag.
Yeah, but recently he just won the challenge of the week, so he got to take a picture of the belt. But I was like but I won the following week. But now he just won this week, so I gotta go.
He's the champ.
Yeah, right now, so I gotta go try to beat his challenge.
So if you beat him, can you make sure you send a copy so we gonna make sure we put this in the show, and because we want to see this.
Oh yeah, only if I win.
Yeah, when you win.
If I lose, y'all ain't sending nothing.
That's all right. We'll screen grab it.
In the NBA, we have some great all-time players. Obviously, the untimely demise of Kobe Bryant is recent, and he's a generational player, once-in-a-generation player. Spikes and I just admire his athletic ability, what he meant for the game, what he meant for our lives coming up. Talk about a little bit, what did that mean to you? Did you follow him as a youngster? What did Kobe Bryant mean to you?
Oh, yeah, Kobe Bryant was a very special person. You can just tell the impact he had on the world. Even when you're shooting in the trash can, people yelling Kobe, that just shows, the impact that he had on people. And then, you saw, even when he retired, how he represented the WNBA. He was one of, the pioneers that was really pushing the WNBA. And then his daughter, she was a great player as well. She was easily going to make it to the league. But, it's just sad. But, he was a very special person.
Before we let you go, we got a couple of questions to ask you. Pretty good questions, too, by the way. If you had one opportunity to lace them up and you say, you know what, I get to pick, if it's a 2-on-2 and I get to pick my teammate regardless of gender, decade, era that they played in, who would be your partner for a 2-on-2 match?
That's tough. My friend's gonna be mad at me for this answer, boy.
Well, you can put them on the bench. That way they still on the team. They could be on reserve. You always can go the safe route when you go a different decade. They can be like, you wasn't born, so sorry. Since I know you're a historian of the game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go a different decade. So if I had to play with another player again, I'll choose Maya Moore.
Maya Moore.
Nice.
She a dog.
Came from UConn, right?
Yep.
Why her? What about her game that really stood out to you to where you were like, you know what? I like that. I like that, and I want that part of my game. If you decided that. She's
unguardable. You can't predict none of her moves. Well, you could be like, all right, I know she about to pull the three. She'll still pull the three. She the type of player that can tell you, I'm about to come down, pull a three in your face, and you know it's coming, and she'll still do it. I mean, she it. She that factor, like, she got it. She a hard player to guard, too.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm choosing Maya Moore, yeah.
Maya Moore.
Yeah.
We'll take that. Okay, Maya, you hear that. Next question. You've accomplished so much in a short time period. It's crazy. You know, winning a state champion in high school, national champion in college, and now getting ready to make a run for a championship, another season in the WNBA. And we can't forget about the Olympic qualifying team with the 3-on-3. So with all of that, if you had the opportunity, not even if you had the opportunity, knowing that you accomplished so much, when you see little kids back in your hometown, Washington County, Sandersville, Georgia, and if you could share one nugget with them from your experiences and success to keep them motivated and to keep them going, what would you share with them?
I just tell them to continue following their dreams. I mean, and don't let anybody tell you what you can and can't do. I mean, you are your own person. Don't let people influence you, especially negative influences, because as you grow up, the haters going to come, but you just got to stay mentally strong and keep doing you.
And that's it.
Yep.
And surround yourself around competitive people.
Yeah, because they're going to drive you, get you where you need to be.
Well, you know what? That's what I learned. And that's what I'm going to take with me moving forward on this day. Like I said earlier, you could have spent your time anywhere you wanted to, but you decided to spend it with us, myself, and Mr. Strep Throat over there, plus size model. But we're not going to talk about that again.
Somebody get some Lysol. I'm good.
No, but we thank you. We thank everybody who tuned in to listen. We appreciate you coming by, and you are more than welcome to come by whenever you want to next time you're back in the city.
Thank y'all for having me.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Behind the Mask podcast.
Indulge, share, and subscribe to quality content.
And we're everywhere. We're on YouTube. Make sure you scroll to the bottom, click that little bell for notifications. We're on Google Play, we're on Spotify, and we're on Apple Music.
Even on social media, we're going to make it easy for you. Follow at the BTM Podcast for your weekly fixings. And remember, there's only one rule.
There are no rules.
Let's go behind the mask.